Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's World of Tanks video is going to be a little bit different. I thought I'd go back to my roots, to my first experiences playing the game. Hopefully it can help some people out, and also tell you my first ever tier 10, because not a lot of people know that. Some people like to know, some people don't. Like when it comes to tanks in general, I am a big World War II, I say fanatic, but I know a lot about the heavy armour, World War II, and all that kind of stuff. So, obviously, the first thing I wanted to do is I wanted to get the M4, which I did. This was the first line I went down 6 years ago. No, I needed 6.5 years. And it was the first line I went down, and I got to the M4, and I played a few games with the M4, and yeah, I didn't quite like it. Like, I didn't know anything about the game back then. I didn't know anything about armor, the rounds, the ammo, consumables. I didn't know anything. I was just there playing the game, having fun, which I'm pretty sure most of you are like. So I got to the M4, and then I started to get into them tier 7 matchups, and I couldn't do anything. I was wondering why I wasn't winning or getting kills or that kind of stuff. I was just dying instantly. Obviously now we know. So I stopped. I stopped at the M4 and I thought, okay, I want to go for something different. I want to go for a heavy. And I thought, well, I'm British, so why not go for the British tier 10 heavy? So I did. I went down this line, the medium 3, the Matilda, brilliant tank by the way, the Churchill 1. Now, I enjoyed all up to the Churchill 7. The Churchill 7 for me was the start of a big grind, as I would call it, because again with the matchmaking I was getting against tier 8s. I was going against tier 8s in my tier 6 tank, and it was absolutely horrible, and then I got my Black Prince. Now the Black Prince is one of those tanks that not everyone likes. Some people like it, some people don't. I quite enjoyed my Black Prince, I will be honest. I thought it was quite good. I enjoyed the games I had with it. I didn't think it was too bad for a tier 7 tank. Now, then we move on to the Carnarvon. What can we say about the Carnarvon? This tank surprised me. It really did. I did enjoy this tank a lot. I thought that the whole armor was brilliant. And you got to remember, back then, 6.5 years ago, I didn't know anything about the game. I didn't know what consumables were. I didn't use crew skills or anything like that. I just played the game. I didn't even fire premium rounds. I didn't put them on. So yeah, you can kind of tell what the grind was like. I didn't have gold. I didn't have a premium time. I didn't have free XP, silver. It was literally the start like everyone else would start. So yeah, the Carnarvon was good. I did enjoy it up to a point. And then I moved on to the Conqueror. Oh, my Conqueror. This is when it all changed for me. The second I had this tank, I felt, yes, this is a tank. This is strong. This is a strong tank. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this so much. And yeah, and that's why I kept it. I didn't sell it. That's why I kept it. And then, you bet you're all thinking, well, Ace, which one did you go for? Because there's 3 of them. Which one did you go for? Well, back then, there was only one heavy tank for the British, and it was the FV215B. This is a tank. I've got to admit, like, I don't play this enough, hence the crew is absolutely terrible. I don't play this enough, but when I did play it, for the first time, it was such a step up from the Conqueror. It really was a step up from the Conqueror. So I thought I'd go through, maybe about 2 games. Because it'd be a nice short one. I'm just going to talk about my experiences with going through the game and whatnot. So I won't be concentrating too much on the game itself. But we'll see. Oh, well, okay, it's not a good map for me anyway. So yeah, I did not use premium rounds at all. Like, I went through the entire first bit. I didn't even use them because I didn't know that back then you could tap X to change the currency from gold to silver. I didn't know. So I went through the entirety of that line not doing it. I mean, I don't think I used it until I nearly got my second tier 10. I think I was near enough in my second tier 10 before I realised that premium rounds could be changed. And that's when I started using consumables and equipment and all that lovely stuff. So if you're watching this video and you're like me, going through the game for the first time, going down a line, make sure you do that. I'll wait for him talking. Make sure you buy equipment, buy consumables, change your premium rounds from gold to silver, and use them. You do need them. You really do need them. But my first ever line I went down was the American mediums, as I said at the start. I wanted the M4. I do like my World War II history, especially the armoured version of it, because tanks changed so much in the Second World War. They really did change a lot. So I mean, I wanted to rush down that line and get the M4, which I'm pretty sure most people probably would do the same thing, but probably get to the Tiger. I want it to be different, you know. I want it to be different. So yeah, I got the M4, and I was happy. I was happy I had the M4, and then I wanted to go for the heavy tank, and you know, bit thingy. You know, me being British, and I thought, oh, I might as well go for the British heavy. I'm not going to get him. I might as well go for the British heavy. I never played it as much as I should have, because this tank in certain circumstances is brilliant. As you can see, its turret traverse is just, it's so quick. It snapshots like a boss. Reload is brilliant. I mean, look at that reticle. I'm moving, and that reticle is barely blooming. It's just unbelievable. Okay, I need to concentrate a little bit. It is unbelievable. And I just don't play this tank enough. And I think I should, but I just don't. I mean, the way I see it is, I'd rather play the Super Conqueror. I would rather play the Super Conqueror right now, with the state that that's in. And this is not going to go well here. So let me know in the comments, what was your first tier 10? What was your first experience playing the game? Can I not get his low plate, really? It's always interesting to know what people's first tier 10 was and what they were like playing the game. Did they have people helping them to say that, oh, you know, you buy your premium rounds, buy your consumables, do all this? Because I didn't. Like, when I played this game, I had one friend. He still does play the game-ish, and we were going down the same line together, which was this tank. So, and we were both exactly the same when it comes to this game. We didn't know anything. We didn't know anything. We didn't know what we were doing half the time. But we were playing the game for fun 90% of the time back then, instead of trying to go for wins like I am now. Oh, he's gonna rape me, isn't he? Come on, don't you dare. I mean, I played a game. In this tank, I'm gonna die. I played a game in this tank, like when I first got it, and I died really early into a game, a bit like this, a bit like then. I died really early into the game, and I ended up watching someone else who was in an FV, and he was on my team, so I ended up watching him, and I noticed that he was doing something. It was, what map was it? What map was it? I think it was Lakeville. And he was in the city. I noticed he was side scraping around the corner, and he was bouncing shells. Because obviously back then people didn't realise about the weakness of the FV, which I don't think I'm going to be able to show you because my tank's on fire. But just here at the side, if you try and side scrape, it's not going to work, is it? If you try and side scrape here, there's a little weakness here, just underneath the turret, and if you can shoot it, because it pops out. I don't know if I can get a... Can I get a good look at this? Okay, if I can't see it, I'll have to show you in the garage, because I don't think I can show you here. I don't think that Conqueror is... It won't allow me to show you either. Okay, you can just see it, just here, just by the turret ring. You can just see that little bit that sticks out, just there. That is a weakness on the FV 215B. That is a weakness. You can shoot that, and you can pen it every single time, no matter what you're firing. But back then, 6.5 years ago, people didn't know that. People didn't know that. So yeah, he was side scraping, and I had absolutely no idea what he was doing or how he was not dying. I was mesmerised by it. So I ended up sending the guy a message, and I asked him about, I told him I've just had my tank, and as that's my first game, I've noticed what you're doing, and he told me side scrape out behind buildings like that, at the side of buildings, and they get 9 times out of 10 they're gonna bounce. I mean, like I said, back then people didn't know about the weak spot. So, and it actually worked. It worked. I tried it in the next game, and it worked. It worked brilliantly. And then I just fell in love with the tank since then. I really did. I just haven't played it as much as I should. But there we go. I mean, and then my next tier 10 tank, my next one, was the Death Star. Now, you all know the Death Star. You all know the FV215B183. What do you fire with that tank? Conqueror? Okay then. What do you fire? Oh, you just killed him. I just got killed by one. What do you fire with that tank? Yeah, fire the Hesh. The premium Hesh. And back then, I was being killed so much by Death Stars, so much by houses. If you don't know what the house is, it's the German tier 10 TD, turret TD. I should call it a house, just it makes it easier for me when I do callouts. And I was being killed so much by them that was my next one. I thought, that's the one I want next. I want them tanks next. I want to do this. I want to do what they're doing. So I did. That was my next tier 10. It was the Death Star. And then it was the house, because, like I said, I wanted them. So I got them. Oh, wow, how'd he bounce? He must have, it can't fire HE, because, well, it must have hit his gun then. So I'll show you a little weak spot quickly in the garage, and then you can see it before we do another game. Because I said I could probably get about 2 games, and it won't be too long. Like I said, I'm not concentrating as much on the game, because I'm talking more than concentrating, I guess, but... Right, can I see the armor model? There we go, that's perfect, actually, you can see it. Can you see this bit here? This bit here, just underneath the turret ring. Let me zoom in. There we are. This bit here, just underneath the turret ring. When you're side scraping, so if you imagine you're side scraping like this. So you're side scraping out like this. Like, here's the wall. My mouse goes here, this is the wall. Your turret, you're moving your turret out, so your turret, the gun's going to be over here, pointing this way. All the enemy you're going to see is this, which is not going to pen, because it's spaced armor, counting the tracks. The armor here, and then obviously the whole armor. But they're going to shoot this. This sticks out like a sore thumb, as you can see. It sticks out, and it's the same both sides. It sticks out like a sore thumb, and that is a massive, massive weak spot. As you can see, if I highlight the armor, there it is, 101 millimeters. 101. That any tier 10 tank, any tier 8 tank consideration can pen that. I think even a tier 7 can probably have easy going through that. So it's like, yeah, that was a massive weak spot. But back then people did not know about it. Which is terrible. That's why if you look at my games that I've played, I didn't play that many in this tank. Then I should have. There you go. I mean, I've only played 106 battles. Compare that to... where is the Conqueror? Where's the Conqueror? Oh, wait, it's on tier 10, isn't it? Tier 9, British. There you go. Compare that to my Conqueror, 585. I mean, that was 3 tier 10s that I've researched. But, yeah, because the Conqueror just doesn't have that weak spot. So, you know, definitely do not sell the Conqueror. I think I've said that multiple times now. Don't sell the Conqueror. But Okay, well, I've one more game then, as I said, and this time I'll try and concentrate a little bit more on the game rather than talking. So it's a bit of a different video. I hope you enjoy it, because, you know, I'll be honest, I'm late recording this right now. So I do have other stuff that I need to be doing, but I've got to get this video out. Oh, what we got? See, and look at this for matchmaking. Like, here I am in FV 2-on-5v1, not 1-at-3. Oh, I wish. And I'm going against a Super Conqueror. A Super Conqueror. I mean, that's not a very good matchup, because the Super Conqueror is going to have my number. But we are going to try.
Enemies in the area. Take them all out or take their base. Let's do this.
Yeah, I just love the mercenary crew voices. I think they're really funny. Here, I got Googly on the side of the tank as well. Oh look, and there is the Death Star itself. Like, a lot of people are going to go for the Super Conqueror and the Chieftain, and rightly so, they should. But you should also get the FV. This thing, if played properly, is an absolute beast. I think when... I can't even turn off the notifications, my bad. I think, well, when this thing first come out, it was so overpowered that it could take on 2 medium tanks that were rushing it and come out on top. There's not many tanks in the game nowadays that can take on a medium or 2 mediums and come out on top. There really, really, really isn't.
Focus on this area.
Oops, I hit a tree. The artillery's gonna know we're coming. If they don't know we're coming already. Oh well, we're losing that bottom bit. Fall back, chat. Don't fight it. No, fall back. No. No, not defend the base. Fall back. Don't get yourself killed. Oh.
They found us. Our tank was destroyed.
I mean, this thing's rate of fire is unbelievable. Like, if I had a better crew on this. Oh.
Locked, loaded, and ready.
I mean, look at that pinpoint accuracy right there over the little ridge line. Pinpoint accuracy.
Penetration.
Yeah. You gonna repair that?
Enemy spotted us.
Nope. Okay then.
Loaded and ready.
Now we need to go back towards the bleeding middle.
Focus here.
Let's use the back chat's wreck as cover.
They see us.
Okay, that one just tracks him.
They're looking at us.
Oh, there's one. You bounce one. Yeah. Nice one. Well, you're dead now.
We're immobilized.
Oh, I missed. Anyway, don't shoot my track. What's that going to do?
Penetrated their armor.
I mean, look at this turret turning.
Enemy spotted us.
Look at that. And the team is going to capture the base, so I'm going to go defend our base. Hopefully the... Oh, he died, okay. Hopefully the T-57 Heavy will come with us. Looks like he is. What is that TD? Oh, it's a Yag. What is that TD? It's a house. Do you know what? We're fighting a house. What do? We load HE. The one thing about these British tanks, the HE is brilliant. Oh no, sorry mate. Look mate, I'm trying to get round you. Oh, I missed. These HE rounds, they have 150 millimeters of pen. 150 mils of pen. Like, what more do you want out of a bloody HE round, you know? 450 damage that was.
They spotted us. Ready to
What
fire.
more do you want?
Focus on this location.
Okay, well we're about to cut the base out anyway, so that's going to be GG. I mean, I will take 3,800 damage, 1,700 assisted, and 1,200 blocked. From a very old boy. Oh wow, come on. From a very old boy. A very old boy. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments what your first TD, your first tier 10 was, and the first line you went down. And I will speak to you all in the next one. Bye bye.